we've had a lot of tenders to a lot of boats. So, we've had the inflatables and we've had them with consoles and without. We've had Boston whalers. And so when I first read about the carbon cats, it was like they were lightweight, lighter,
Yep.
yet read like they would be very seaworthy. And I said, and you guys, of course, were great in allowing us to take it for a spin so we could prove that.
Yep.
But the lightweight was a big part of it because when we're handling a tender, especially when we have to put it up on the top with the crane, you got to swing it around. And with this being maybe what two-thirds of the weight
Yeah.
of
It's like
a
three,
like
400
now
pounds.
a 13-foot inflatable with what people would probably have to put a 50 horse on it. They're just heavier. So that's one thing.
Yep.
The space inside was just probably one of the also bigger things that we said this is just excellent because sorry, but in inflatables, and I've had a million of them,
Yep.
there's just no room in them.
Yeah.
You're stepping on top of your oars or your fishing gear or your crab pot or whatever it is. I mean, all of that room just became available for us to put, a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. I know. I
Uh,
know how it goes.
just amazing. Um,
So then you took it for a test ride. How did that go?
it felt great. Felt like advertised. Getting up on the plane was a snap.
Yep.
And almost virtually no spray unless there was a breeze or something. But one of those things that we also like all the time when you get in a inflatable and you're leaving the boat or you're leaving the dock, you're just in gear or maybe just a little bit of throttle. I mean, I can't see in an inflatable. I can't see over the bow. I got
Right.
to be looking like this because this is the bow is so high as the stern drops down so low, and this is at a slow speed. So we're sitting there like perfect visibility the whole time
Yeah.
from really zero to almost up on plane. There's a
Right.
tiny
Right.
loop, and then
Yeah.
it just gets that air and no,
Well, that's a good
we've
point.
really been impressed.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you got your first boat. Have you had it out in any heavy weather at all? And what's it like when it gets choppy?
Yeah, we went up north in the 11 a year ago, 2 years ago. The first year we had it with the console, and we were up Rivers Inlet area and up there.
Yep.
And I mean that was you're anchoring more than 50% of the time, and we like to anchor, so we had it in the water a lot. And we weren't out in really choppy water, but as boats would go by or swell would come in, I mean, we felt really comfortable. It felt like we were let's just say more stuck to the water than bumping around.
Yep.
So we've enjoyed it. We did some fishing off of it, just rock cod, bottom fishing and stuff,
Yep. Uh-huh.
and that was off of the 11, and that it was fine.
Good. How safe does it feel?
Real good. When we look at ourselves, we feel like we're sitting kind of high. When you sit in the seats, which is good for visibility, but you
Right.
kind of go, but turning, at speed has never been a problem. I mean, we with the 11 with the 20 horse, every time we tried, we could do 25, 26, 27 miles an hour,
Yep.
no problem at all, and it was not squirrely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing a hairpin turn, but I mean, I'm running and driving, going where I go. It's really nice and kind of stuck,
Uh-huh.
stuck to the water in a
Yep.
good way.
What does Donna think of it?
It's kind of, more of the same. Of
Yeah.
course, the weight and the maneuverability, even just trying to get it on and off the trans. We're always handing something to somebody who's in the boat, or we're helping a
Right.
guest or a friend onto the boat. And again, you're not stepping on a round tube.
You can sit
You
on the
said
deck. Yeah.
you're stepping right on a nice flat, solid surface. It feels very, very stable. I mean, when we're getting on and off, we feel very comfortable.
Yeah. One of our competitors from New Zealand has a similar deck shape, but the hull is a pram hull, so it's very tippy. And so I wanted that stability for getting in and out of the boat.
Yeah, no, it feels like I said, it feels really, really good. Like I said, unless I'm talking about one of our, 14 or 15-foot whalers, those things are pretty stable.
Right.
But I mean, in the 11-footer, we felt great. And again, we're just like, okay, this is good, and we're always going to be going north again,
Yeah.
like this summer. So let's step up to the bigger one and have more room for more stuff.
So Chuck, you've got that 11. Are you thinking about a 13 maybe? Or wait, do you have one in order?
Yes, we happened to be in Florida, and there was this little boat show going on, and we run into Larry, and we just chat for a minute, and then it's, oh, FYI, we're going to put out a 13. And I said, sign me up right then. That was great.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's, I mean, we have the
You had to
room
go
on the
buy a new
boat.
boat for the, you had to go buy a big boat for the new dinghy.
Don't tempt me. No, this one, the one we have, when we bought this boat, a very poor condition inflatable, it was a 13-footer. And I
Uh-huh.
said, I'm not buying the boat with that on it. So take that off. And that's when we just immediately put the 11 on it,
Right.
which just fit. It was more, we had a lot of room. And
Yeah.
so we've done all the measuring and everything. And we should be great with the 13.
So Chuck, when you first got your 11, you put it on, what was the boat you had to put it on?
Yeah, then that was a 49-foot East Bay, and it was on davits on the transom,
Right.
and it was a great fit. I mean, no
Perfect.
problem
Yeah.
at all with size.
Yeah.
The weight, again, that was the first one, and that was where we already had to buy the davit and have it installed. So there I'm adding a few 100 pounds onto the transom. And, I don't
Right.
want to have to push that thing any lower than I needed to. And then I've got, okay, now I'm going to put a boat on the back of that thing. And that's, again, initially that was a weight factor that we said, great,
Yeah.
I'm going to save a couple 100 pounds
Yeah.
back there. And
Yeah.
so that worked great, no problem
Right.
at all. And then with the current boat is 58 Sunship by West Bay, and
Okay.
the tenders are always up on the top with a
You bring it
with
up
a
with the
crane.
crane.
Yeah, and the 11 it's just great. It's easy to get it up and down. I mean, it's just not a heavy thing. I'm
Yeah.
not worried about it.
What about the Carbon Cat's lifting points? What do you think of those?
They were great, and the way, I mean, you guys helped us set up the actual lifting bridle.
Right. Right.
And so on the 11, excellent. I mean, it just comes up balanced. There's no issue with it going back forth or side to side.
Strong. They're solid as a rock.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, no problems at all. And we'll do the same thing with you on the 13. Is just design the right lift bridle.
How was your support from Aspen after you got the boat? I mean, a lot of companies, they deliver the boat and it's like sayonara. How did Aspen do in taking care of you afterwards?
Yeah, no, you guys, I mean, all the way through. We first talked, and I first sent a little check. And then it was like a big invitation to come on up and take a look. And we probably, during the build on the 11, I know we were up 2 times, and then probably 2 more times the put in was to put a console in that boat. Wow, genius. Anyway, no, you guys were.
You made a mock-up of the console and put it in your boat, I think, and brought
I,
it out to have you
As
look
I
at.
understand, we were number one. Yeah.
You were
No,
number one on the
it was
console.
good. And you guys, we've probably been up there now, I mean, a half a dozen times looking at the new build and what you're doing. And always, you guys have all the okay, how's it going to wide is it? And how's it going to fit on our rails up on our deck, for instance?
Yeah.
And you guys had all of those specs, just at your fingertips. So no, it couldn't be better. And then this the big boat. When we first got the 11, and you guys were right there, and now actually 11 is back in your custody because you guys were for the 13, and I mean you just made it so easy we couldn't believe it. So it's
Perfect.
out of it's off the boat. You came, you picked it up, you took it away. No, it's been great. You guys have been top notch.